Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode with Mercedes, episode number 39 today for the Austrian Grand Prix Season 3, round number 7. If you missed the previous episode uploaded last week at Canada, then recommend go and check that out and subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 2021 Driver Career Modes. You guys seem to be loving this series and smashing the support in it, so thank you once again for all the support shown on this series. But anyway, well, last time out, a little bit disappointing in Canada. Lost points to Max Verstappen as he finished third, I finished fourth. So there's a lot of momentum that we need to obviously bring into Austria. A track that, I'm not going to lie, it's not looking that great for me in F1 2021 compared to last year's game where I was dominant there really in career mode, winning there pretty much every race really, but nevertheless it will provide a new challenge for us and try and see if we can get a good qualifying, because of course qualifying as late hasn't been great, to be honest. We've been qualifying in pretty much 8th place apart from in Baku when we pulled that out of the bag to qualify. Well, would have been 4th if Gasly hadn't rear-ended us. But what we have got is some more R&D points that need to be spent, and we haven't got anything to spend them on because we don't have enough of them. Because the next upgrade, as I said in last week's video, is this weight reduction upgrade. Don't have enough for it. I do put an ultimate front, have to repurchase actually an ultimate front downforce upgrade. That failed, which was unfortunate. And it's raining in the race. Well, this just got a whole lot harder, especially as I'm not really feeling Austria on this year's game, and it's just getting even worse because we've not only have we slipped behind, we're still behind Red Bull on the R&D chart, we've now fallen behind McLaren, and Ferrari are closing in too. So it's definitely not looking a great thing. Alpine have made a huge jump. That surely must be 2 ultimate upgrades that have come in for them as well. They're now the 5th fastest team ahead of Williams, so we'll see if they can challenge Williams on track. Obviously we know that Gasly's been doing a madness from that lowly car position down there to be able to get some points, so we'll see what those two that lot can do in the fight for the, well, effectively 9th place really, unless when somebody crashes as well. But yes, well, this is going to be hard, it's going to be tough. We're going to have to see how we get on, and we're going to have to try and qualify even. We'll see where Alpine are, because we've been comfortably in front of Williams, but will Alpine be a lot closer to us? And we'll have to wait and see. So moving to qualifying then, and qualifying not my strongest sort of. I haven't really qualified well never around here. It's always making the top gear from the rear sort of stuff around here, which I've always been able less and less to do around here. And well, just to add misery to it, my fastest flying lap was actually my 3rd lap. I've gone completely wide that corner. I just can't get the steering in as well. But we do go for 101.9. Not that great though. It's a second slower than Leclerc. I think about a couple of seconds off the pace really as well. Went for a lap at the end of the session. I don't know what it was with this set of tyres, but they just did not want to give me any time whatsoever. I was just losing time here, there and everywhere. I mean, we're not that far. We've gained a little bit of time through that corner, but then we're losing time, gaining a little bit of time, but you know, it's not great. The fact of the matter is we're not able to make the time that we need up on these second runs, and look, we dropped out outside the top 10. We actually had a very good final corner, but I got really fed up with the fact that we didn't have any pace around here. Lando Norris can save our skin though, because he is on pole position, but 1.6 seconds off the pace. Doesn't look great though, time for the race.
Welcome to the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill turn 3. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. And it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Stroll, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo and Sainz, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and George Russell, Giovinazzi and Mercedes, Pierre Gasly and Perez, Tsunoda, Vettel, Nicholas Latifi and Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
That's the plan, more points. It is actually going to be a dry start, but there is probably going to be some rain at some point, and it is going to get heavier. So we are going to start on the softs, even though we have a free choice of tyres as well. Yes, we're starting down in P12, the worst qualifying so far this season. There's 5 lights then for the Austrian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go, and it's a good start compared to Giovinazzi. It's a terrible start for the Italian in the Williams car. Can we have a look at Russell down the inside? Easy does it. We're going to go side by side down the hill to the fake turn 2, and it's easier able to out traction Russell up to turn 3. A huge dive on them both, as Ocon does not want to give me any room at turn 3. We actually have to go off circuit just to make the corner. I wasn't able to stop with the braking power. Ocon is still giving me a drag race up to turn 4, but we're able to keep this on. It's a good start actually, up to P7 there as well, and it's going to be even better for us because Max Verstappen has made contact again and has got front wing damage on lap 1. So he is in the pit, coming into the pits the end of lap number 1. And it was contact again with his teammate. Stroll gets his revenge for Canada as Norris has the lead, but we're jumping now back to lap 2 on RPOV with Hamilton, Sainz and Ricciardo battling hard. We're going to try and go around the outside of Sainz at turn 3. Can we get the traction down? Yes, we can. A nice little move there. Now we look our sets of sights up on Hamilton. Can we get Hamilton down the inside? Dive bomb. He tries to squeeze us there. Well, late dive bomb there, but we did manage to get the position worked. Now, Hamilton struggled, and you can see here coming through this section of the corner, both Ferraris able to come. So he's clearly got front wing damage, but this was not caused by me, but by Daniel Ricciardo. Back at turn 3 this is. Hamilton took a little bit too much curb, and there you go. Front left chunk came off. That's enough, of course, of simulation damage to warrant a pit stop. And as Hamilton comes into the pit stop, Alonso runs into the back of him, as typical with the Austria pit lane here. And we're going to gamble here, and we're going to come in for a set of intermediates. You can see we're jumping to onto lap 3, end of lap 3 onto lap 4. Its turbocharger is a little bit worn as well, I should point out. I decided to just use that because obviously less power is required in the wet as well. So it was a little bit of a decision based on that, and also I potentially forgot as well, so I just decided to leave it rather than take a penalty. But under the safety car then, On slick tyres, Lando Norris leads from Lance Stroll, who's in second. Daniel Ricciardo is third. So Hamilton has dropped, of course, he's way down now after making a pit stop onto medium compound tyres. In actual fact, coming at lap 4, you'll notice that a lot of people are now coming into the pits at the end of lap 4, under the safety car, of course, but of course they've been trundling around the safety car. So we've jumped literally everybody, and we will be the race leader. Now, jumping to lap 5, the safety car is coming in. A couple of cars ridiculously stayed out, but of course the entire pack has caught up, so they're going to fall to the back of the pack by a country mile now. Vettel, Zhou, Tsunoda and Giovinazzi, those 5 cars are going to be out at the back. We have the lead then from Lando Norris, who's looked in control. Carlos Sainz has come out of absolute nowhere to be in third place, but Norris, of course, isn't going to give this up lightly. He wants that race win. Of course, he won last time out in Canada, so he wants to be on the momentum, on a roll, get 2 race wins on the back, and get his championship, maybe challenge for a championship. Is watching Esteban Ocon in 5th place, but Ocon has been reported as having an issue, so he is falling behind by quite a way. And you've got the likes of Ricciardo, I think that's Leclerc there, struck way down after double stacking, as well as Russell there gets past Ocon there. You can see that, but they are quite some way behind now, and Ricciardo is on a charge. Can he charge back and catch us up with it? We'll have to wait to see. Jumping out to RPV then on lap number 11, and you can see that we are quite a bit away now from the rest of the pack, but us top 4. But Norris is having a go around the outside into the turn number 10, doesn't quite do it, and we force him out and able to retain the lead for now. But how much longer can we keep Norris behind us, because he is rapid, as we've had a little bit of a moment through the end of in the penultimate corner again, and I think Lando Norris has shrunk wing damage from hitting in the back of us. I think we'll see if we can get a little bit of a replay. Oh yes, he touched the back of us with simulation damage. Of course, that will be him having to come in as Lando comes in the following lap. Lance Stroll goes up the middle of him and Sainz. What a move by the Canadian in the Red Bull to take 2nd place away from Sainz there. As we're watching, Hamilton is struggling. Gasly is holding up Verstappen, but Verstappen will be going through surely on the inside, and he does a nice little move by the Dutchman, but damage has been done. As we jump back to our POV then, Norris helped us massively because he was so slow with his damaged front wing. Unfortunate for him, he drove a brilliant race and he deserved P2 nevertheless, because he controlled the opening stages. As we've had another, well, let's just say our pace has been poor. But nevertheless, I will take another victory, our 2nd of the season. That is exactly what we needed here today, knowing that the races we've got to come as well in terms of Britain and Hungary as well. We're back on track in terms of potentially winning our first World Championship in this series.
Effort to secure victory here in the Styrian Alps. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Oh yes, it's good to be back on that top step once again. The strategy paid off massively today. The gamble, well, it was a gamble, but the gamble paid off, and now we are set for a good championship as well, giving us a chance. The times were useless for us really, as well, that we didn't have any pace whatsoever. But nevertheless, Lando Norris with his fastest lap did recover to get points as well, so that's a good job by Lando. I mean, it was unfortunate that he ran into the back of us, but he was giving us a run for his money. Stroll and Sainz really weren't able to give us, even though they were faster than us. So a little bit worrying that, we don't have raw pace in this car, but we do seem to be able to be there when it matters and be able to make those calls when it matters, and that's what's given us a 24-point lead at the top. Now, I've had leads like this before, and they can go. You should know that by real life. Of course, Verstappen and Hamilton have had leads like this in real life in 2021, and we all know how that ended up going through into Abu Dhabi. So, never say never in Formula 1. Verstappen will have to try and claw itself back. Hopefully he doesn't make contact with his teammate for a third time in a row at Silverstone. In terms of the constructors, Mercedes are 5 points in front now, back in front of Red Bull. Can McLaren or Ferrari catch up? McLaren slipped away. Ferrari are
Great
falling
work
asleep.
out there today. Let's have your thoughts. How do you think this team will be feeling after that result?
I think they need to be doing better. The fact of the matter is they don't need to be colliding with each other, but yes.
You
No
left
comment.
a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you just misjudge some corners?
No comment. Obviously, we just celebrated at the end.
Well, here's hoping they're working hard to find some improvements.
So there we go. Another victory, our second of the season. It's a good, healthy lead in the championship, which is what we like to see. Now, next episode, which is coming out on Thursday, I should point out, Project Phoenix isn't quite ready. We'll purchase this ultimate weight reduction upgrade. That's going to help us get back in touch with McLaren and Red Bull on the Sashi side of things as well. So that will come in due course. But yes, championship is back on track. Verstappen, we know that obviously he did win 3 of the opening 4 races. We did get lucky at Monaco though. We'll see if he can mount back next time at Silverstone or Hungary. He does seem to have good. The Red Bulls and McLaren seem to have good pace. Ferrari on an upward trajectory as well. Leclerc did get a podium today as well. Sainz got a podium, excuse me. Leclerc P5. So there is some consistency there for the Scuderia, and those fans of the Scuderia will be happy that they're on an upwards trajectory as well. Then obviously we've got the new fight between Alpine and Williams. Alpine unable to take advantage today. Really, neither of them scoring. Russell added to his tally. Dare I say, is he a good shout to replace Hamilton at the end of this season? We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, if you are new around here, then please do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. Until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.